Hey guys, I'm going to do a 20-hour review on this is a 2019 Toro Titan HD. It's a 48-inch. I recently just bought this. I came out of a Skag Cheetah 48 with a Kawasaki 23, and that Kawasaki decided to throw a rod in the left cylinder. About 1,000 hours in, so obviously not worth fixing for the money. So I did a lot of research on different brands, and I ended up going with the Toro Titan. I looked at Exmark, I looked at Gravely, I looked at Bad Boy. I'm a part-time yard man, so I do about 20 yards a week just after work, so I didn't need anything like a Skag. Anything of the top commercial grade, just to try to keep the cost down a little bit. So I actually got into this mower for about $52.99. It's usually about $56, $57.99, and they were doing a $500 rebate, so kind of lucked out on that. But this was the mower I felt like got the best for the money. If you actually look at the Exmark radiuses, it's literally the exact same mower. Other than it just has the Exmark name on it, but because Toro does make the Exmark in the same factory, so the Toro I had a couple different features that I liked better. They're pretty much the same price, so kind of the same deal for that. So the Bad Boy, I didn't like how it felt. It does have a Kohler engine, but it's the very beginning commercial grade Kohler. I just didn't like how it was set up with the deck system and all that, so it was probably about $600-700 cheaper, maybe even more than that without the rebate price. So probably like $800-900 cheaper, but it only came with a 2-year warranty, and for me the warranty was a big deal. So this is a 4-year warranty on the machine, or 500 hours bumper to bumper, and actually got an extra year warranty on the engine by buying basically their oil change filter kit, which is like $60. So definitely do that, get you another year of warranty. So basic setup, the lift deck, just kind of like a Skag or any of the main brands, real easy to use. You can push it up if you're trying to get over stumps or things like that. Real easy access to the belts. And one thing with this mower that I like better than the Skag is a lot of grass got caught up underneath the deck by the belts and everything like that when the pulleys with the Skag. This stays pretty clean for the most part, and you will get some grass, but you can really just lift this up and blow it out. It's really easy to do. So that's one thing, it stays a lot cleaner. This is really easy to get to. If you're changing your blades or you got something stuck, that just basically pops out. But as you can see, I did like 10 yards today. There's very minimal grass or anything in there. So again, real easy. Just kind of pop that in. Okay. The gas tank is under the seat, which is fine. There's kind of where it shows you where your fuel level is. I think it's around a 7-gallon tank, so the Skag did 10, which was really nice because you just switch the tank over. But it's still really good on gas. I mean, if you're mowing all day, you're gonna have other gas cans. I probably fill it up once every couple weeks or so. Your controls are right here. Here's your hour meter, so I got 18 hours on it. Your seat does adjust forward and back. Real easy with this lever. It does have a firm, soft deal with the seat. The seat's very comfortable. You can't beat the Skag Cheetah, I mean, as far as ride goes, but it also costs a lot more money. So really easy to access to change the oil. This comes down and your oil automatically drains. Really easy to change the oil filter. Everything's right there. There's your overflow reservoir for hydros. Even the hydro oil is actually pretty easy to change out. Everything's just right under there, real easy. Your air filter is pretty cool. I kind of wish it was a little bit bigger, but it just pops out right there. And one thing I've noticed is they kind of are advertising it as like the self-clearing air box, so a lot of the stuff would come in and blow right back out. And I have noticed that the filter is staying cleaner than like on the Skag, the Kawasaki. So it's a pretty cool design. This is a Toro engine, the V-twin. I did a little bit of research on the engines and stuff like that. Obviously Kawasaki is the gold standard, but it's gonna bring your cost way up. Kohler makes a good one, other than like your normal commercial grade, if you get your higher commercial grade. So the Toro and slash Exmark engines are pretty much the same. They're made by a company, actually it's actually in China, so yeah, you bought a Chinese motor. I did research on how they're built and things like that, and pretty good. So I think with these, the Exmark and the Toro, it just allows them to kind of keep the price down on that commercial grade, the entry-level commercial grade engine for the Toro. But hey, they're warranting it for 5 years or 500 hours. That's pretty good. Pretty good for me. And if you talk to a couple shops that have had these mowers here have been out for about 5 years. They haven't seen very many, maybe only 1 or 2 come in with any kind of damage done to it internally. And then it kind of comes down to how well have you maintained it and things like that. So, you know, for the money, pretty good. You know, you're not paying for a Kawasaki. This thing is built solid, man. I never really even have this bar up, but it's just kind of, you pop it out, it goes. Everything's welded. So there's kind of the frame. I'll kind of show you how it's all welded up. It's a tank. Your deck, everything down here has really nice welds on it. The deck is really, really thick. And as far as the cut goes, I'm in Central Florida. A lot of Bahia grass. Usually it's pretty tall. A lot of St. Augustine. The St. Augustine is pretty easy to cut. But the Bahia, if you don't have short blades, can be a problem. I had an old Gravely that cut it terrible. It cut St. Augustine tremendous, but it cut Bahia terrible. The Skag did a great job, and it's all about kind of the design of the deck. So my dealer said that, because I got this mower and I'm like, man, that deck looks just like the Skag deck. He actually said that Toro originally had the first option on this deck. They made it first, and Skag actually kind of came in and stole their design on it. So this does cut probably about just as good as the Skag, the Bahia grass. It does a really nice job. So one other thing that's really nice about this is obviously if you're going to change the blades, I still would suggest doing ramps or a jack system. But this has this little jack here. This is also on the Exmark. But say if it's wet right now down here, so if you want to just kind of clean the underneath side of your deck, you can put your trailer jack on there, jack it up, gets it off the ground, you know, a foot or so, a couple feet. You can at least get your hand on there and clean it off, or if you got something that got stuck around your blades, you can clean it off. So just kind of a cool thing that you don't use all the time, but you know, it can help you if you're in a situation where you got to get underneath the deck and it's hard to reach. So overall, so far, knock on wood, great mower, runs really nice. I love the steering. It's comfortable, tons of power. In fact, I think this is a 24 horse on this mower. It's slightly lighter than a Skag, probably by about 100-150 pounds. And the Skag was running a 23 horse Kawasaki, so it actually has a little bit more power than that Skag Cheetah. So it actually has a little bit more power if you're trying to get through some thick grass and stuff. I actually feel like it has a little bit more power than that. So so far excellent. I like the look of it. It's really compact. If you go with the 48 inch, you can still get into some of the single gates, which is what I did. But I also do some yards that are, you know, half acre, and it cruises pretty good. So if you have any questions, let me know. But pretty good mower for the money. I don't think you can get much better for the actual money what's out there for like an entry-level commercial grade for, you know, around $5 grand, 5,500. So good mower. Like I said, if you have any questions, shoot them over to me. See ya.